is Mimi, Mimi Hung, and thanks for having me here. And this is us. This is really us. Yeah. My ancestor was the well-known philosopher called Confucius. Confucius, not confused, all right? And legend had that he was born 3,000 years ago. And that was from our family tree. We did actually, my grandfather kept a family book all the way down to here. And I am the 72nd generation. And when I got married, my grandmother said, you know, you're the first one that married a fellow, the foreign devil or foreign ghost. So from there, we originated from the very north, far north of China. And I think the family did something disgraceful. They were gradually, slowly chased down to the very southern China, which is called Guangdong. We live in a big place like the Mari village. We have a place called Xitang, which is like the Marae. And as a few years old, a little tomboy girl, I would run around and pick any lychee or any guava, anything, or swim in the river. And if I was late for dinner, my grandma was very strict and say, no dinner for tonight. So I said, never mind, I'll go to my aunties or cousins. Like the other Vanils, I would just always get fed anyway. So that's all right. It's just like the Maori village. So it's very similar to the Maori culture in our village. And I had no European or English culture until I was in my teens. My father was very strict. No Beatles, no Seekers, no Carpenters, never in the house, no Western music. Only Chinese opera or Chinese singing. And then I met my Kiwi husband during the Cultural Revolution in Hong Kong. And he brought me all the way to Aotearoa. My vodka was from China, the junk, and a little sailing boat, and he loved sailing, so I went to sailing. And then my vodka to Auckland was a cargo ship. So that was how I got here in the 70s. And so from the first generation to the 72nd generation, I got to Aotearoa, and that's where I am now. So that is the story how I came to New Zealand. And this side is, say, home is where the heart is. And in Chinese, it's the same actually. It says, I was born without knowing my country or place or anywhere. But home is where my heart is. So we are all born without knowing what country where. So although I'm originally from China and Hong Kong and to Aotearoa, that's the Bohenia flower of Hong Kong flower. And that's, hopefully looks like the Putikawa. And that's how we all should live. Here, and I hear a lot about political talks and indigenous people. So if you excuse me about my experience, Hong Kong was a colonial for 100 years by British. And we were bullied with opium war and everything and all that. Yeah, sure. But what Confucius said was, memory was yesterday. Today is present. And tomorrow's memory is made by today's action. And this is my story. And so home is where the heart is. Just stay and live in peace and harmony and love.